is so noisy. I think I'll mute you, but confirm whether you can hear me. Okay. Meaning of place. Place, when we refer to place in marketing, we don't refer to a location. We refer to the fact that goods could be brought to a location, to where customers can access them more easily. I know you have a smartphone, for example. That smartphone you own was not made here in Kenya, but it was made somewhere, maybe depending on which version you have. Which version do you have, Jane?
Yes.
Which is version of your mobile phone?
It's a Techno Android.
Yes, Techno. Techno are made in China and many other places. But you have it. Did you have to go to China to get it?
No.
So that's a fact. There's someone who took time to get that product here. And as just as many other products, we take bread in our houses, in our homes, we wear clothes, but we don't have clothes factories in our places. We eat food that are manufactured or made in very far off places. In many cases, those of us who live in cities and towns, we don't go farming, but we eat vegetables. We eat fruits, for example. How do they get to our tables, for example? There's somebody who takes part in ensuring that that product that you need comes to your table, comes to within your reach. And that is, in marketing, we call it a place decision or distribution decision. So another term that we can use is distribution decision. So that's what we mean by that. And looking at that, the meaning given there is distribution ensures products are available at a place where consumers need them. And this helps in creating place utility. You remember we looked at this in commerce. When we were taking commerce, we looked at various utilities. We have form utility, we have possession utility, but most importantly here, place utility is that product brought closer to customers. Now, there are various channels that product producers use to bring their products closer to customers. One of those channels are referred to as direct channels. Direct channels are channels that connect straight to the customer, that connects the producer and the customer. In other words, there is no middleman to play a part, intermediary part there. The second type of channel is called indirect channel. Indirect channel involves various middlemen that we may have. Now, you find that there are various indirect channels that we know about. For example, a producer, a farmer producing milk, and then the milk reaches the consumer through a milkman. A milkman would this case be a middleman called retailer. He's the one who gets the item from the farmer and then bring it to the customer. In other distribution, you find that a producer producing an item and the wholesaler takes it, the wholesaler releases it to retailer and then to consumer. For example, a farmer would produce vegetables, and then this vegetable would go to a distributor, somebody who is stockpiling so much of it. And a mama mboga, that a vegetable stand owner, would go to that particular place, for example, in a large outlet or center, and buy those items and bring them to their stores. And this customer who come from their house get to the store and get that item. So you find that there is a wholesaler, there is a retailer, and then there is a consumer. So that is another channel. Another channel of distribution is where the producer use distributors. Distributors work with wholesalers, and wholesalers work with consumers. In this case, they are able to bring these products to consumers. So we can see 4 different types of channel. The first one, there is no middleman. Second one, there's one middleman. Third one, there is 2 middlemen. Fourth one, there are 3 middlemen. Are we able to see all that? Now, all these types of channels can also be referred to as levels of distribution. So where there is no middleman, we can call it zero level channel of distribution. Are you getting? Where there is no middleman, we can refer to it zero level channel of distribution because there is essentially no middleman. Where there is one middleman, for example, retailer, we can refer to it as one level channel of distribution. Where there are 2 middlemen, we can refer to it as 2 level channel of distribution. And where there are 3 middlemen, we can refer to it as 3 level channel of distribution. So are we together? Very good. Now, another thing that I want you to remember is that the channels of distribution refers to the stages that a product takes to reach the customer. It's not referring to a conduit or what we call a mtaro. It's not referring to some path. It is referring to those individuals that take the product so that it can reach the customer. Like, for example, your mobile phone that was made in China or Korea or in Europe, there was some international distribution firm that distributed it, that brought it, and it was picked by maybe an outlet in Nairobi, or maybe the retail agent of that particular manufacturer. And then when you went out there, you bought it in one of the shops in the city. And that's how your product goes to you. Now, remember also they are referred to as intermediaries, and they also refer to as middlemen. So those are terms that are used interchangeably, and you need to take note of that so that they're referred to as intermediaries or middlemen. So take a note of that. Now, just posing one question. Let's hear from Valentine. Can you tell me the participants in a 2-level channel of distribution? Can I hear from Valentine? Who are the participants in a 2-level channel of distribution? Valentine here? Valentine. Who are the participants in a 2-level channel of distribution? Jennifer, can you hear me? Yes, Jennifer. Jennifer, you're going off. Jane. Good, but the question still stands. Someone to answer it, all right? Another question. This one goes to Jennifer. Give me the 3 middlemen. 3 middlemen that you find in a 3-level channel of distribution. State for me the 3 middlemen that you find in a 3-level channel of distribution. Very good. So digest that. You will give an answer. Put your answer on the public chat so that I can see it. Put that answer on the public chat. You can't hear me. Report when you are hearing. You hear me? Who hears me? Report when you hear me. If you can hear me, say yes. You can hear me, say yes or no.
Yes.
You can hear me? Hello.
Yes.
Good. Now let's look at the questions are posed there. I believe you picked them. Let's look at factors that determine the choice of channel of distribution. Factors that determine the choice of channel of distribution. One is nature of goods. When we talk of nature of goods, we refer to whether goods are perishable or durable. Perishable goods need what type of a channel? Jennifer, perishable goods need what type of a channel? Short or long?
Short.
Short, yes, because they need to get to the customers as soon as possible. What about durable goods? Durable goods can last long, therefore, you can take them through a long channel. It's okay. When we come to industrial goods or consumer goods, industrial goods are bulky and are used to produce other products. In most cases, you want to distribute them very quickly to the users. And you want to avoid middlemen because middlemen tend to increase the price or to add value to a product. So they get there expensively. So industrial products, you want them to reach your customers as quickly as possible so they can do with a shorter channel. Consumer goods, on the other hand, could be distributed through a longer channel because one reason is that they are consumed in small quantities. It will be not viable to take them directly to customer. Like, let's say a bakery begin to distribute bread into each and every house in the town. How would it be possible? It can't be possible. Secondly, consumer goods have got low value, and therefore it doesn't make economic sense to distribute. So preferably, you need longer channel for consumer goods because the middlemen can also contribute in carrying out that task. Cost of marketing, that's another factor. Cost of marketing, when it is expensive, you want to distribute through other middlemen. Hey, we're in a class. Can we pay attention, right? The cost of manufacturing or the cost of marketing, that is like advertising, sales promotion, public relation, personal selling, all those activities requires money, requires an expense. So when a product requires extensive marketing programs, then it would be much more effective using longer channels because the players in the channel will also take part in promoting this product. For example, retail shops can advertise. Supermarkets, you can see they can place advertisements about particular products. So in this sense, they share in that cost. So when products requires extensive marketing, then it's better distributed through the longer channel than if it doesn't require marketing. Now, nature of market. When we talk of nature of market, we refer to customers. We talk about customer in terms of the numbers. How many customers do you want to reach out to? So if there is a large market, like for example, if you want to reach the entire Kenya with a product, it is better you use middlemen. It's much more effective. Composition of the market, looking at the various characteristics that you find in the market in terms of are they male or female? Are they young people or the old people? Are they of a particular race or of what kind of ethnicity? So all those factors need to be considered. Are they of which particular culture? So you need to get to know what composition of customers you have so that you can effectively distribute them. Dispersion is refers to geographical spread of customers. Customers concentrated in one place is easier to reach. You can reach them directly. But if they are widespread over a wide geographical area, then you have to reach them with a longer channel. Companies' characteristics. This refers to
Excuse me.
yes.
Sha, sorry to interrupt you, but are you still taking DFB3 in this class, or am I in the wrong class? Hello? I'm supposed to be having sales and marketing class now. So I'm asking, are you the one taking us through, or I'm in the wrong session?
Now this one I started in January with the CBM, sales and marketing.
So you're not the one taking us?
I don't know. Maybe you need to clarify your time. Who was taking the unit with you?
Mr. Daniel Ndema.
Daniel Ndema, have you contacted him? Find out whether he has got a session where you are supposed to be. Maybe someone just included you in this. Because essentially I should be handling the certificate in business management. And but find out, you can maintain for now, but find out later on.
If you are the one, because in the timetable it says you're the one supposed to take us through.
In the timetable?
Yes, yes,
okay.
yes. No. Yes.
That's what is all right. But did you clarify
after this session I'll find out.
Daniel came about?
I'm sorry?
Find out.
Okay.
Hello, an email was sent that we should take classes with you.
You have confirmed?
Yeah, an email was sent that we should take your classes.
Okay. Okay, all right. Right, then you are welcome. Hello. You are welcome. Now, what we need to do, sorry?
I'm saying the problem is that we are in chapter 3, the sales and marketing, the price. That's when we left at.
You are in pricing decisions.
We're in price decision.
Okay. Don't worry, we will cover all that because the group that I am handling, we had already reached topic 6. In fact, topic 7 today. But if you are in this class now, we'll be able to discuss those areas. But you can check the portal. I've already uploaded some materials in each and every chapter up to topic 7, okay?
Okay.
So you can go through what we have, but definitely I will discuss those issues with those who are behind there, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
So no need to worry.
Okay.
Right. Good. So let's just proceed on, and then those other matters we'll handle later, okay?
Yeah.
Good. So we are talking about characteristics as a determinant of choice of channel of distribution. What we mean here is that companies' characteristics, we look at it from the point of view of their capability in terms of what are the financial strengths. Do they have money to run channel work, for example? Do they have logistics? Do they have vehicles to move products from one place to another? Do they have warehouses to store their products in various places? So those are very important factors to consider. Channel control, for example. Do they want to control the channel of distribution? When a company wants to control the channel of distribution, is that they want to ensure that the prices of their products are maintained according to what they require. For example, sometimes you find that there are companies that have a recommended retail price. They indicate on their product RRP, that is recommended retail price, meaning that they want their product to be sold at a certain price. Like, for example, Coca-Cola, they have actually marked on their bottles the price that's supposed to, or they give an order that you can only sell this product at this price. So such companies tend to want to control their channels of distribution. So those are important facts that needs to be taken in control. Another thing is competition. Competition refers to as how many companies are in that channel of distribution that you want to distribute in. Take, for example, look at a supermarket. Take your eyes to a supermarket, for example. Look at one of the shelves. Let's say, for example, a shelves where there are tissues, for example. You'll find that there are various brands of tissues displayed in a shelf in a supermarket. In many cases, companies want to remain competitive and they want to compete where their rivals competing. Take, for example, manufacturers of brand of detergents like Omo. Unilever makes Omo brand, or Procter & Gamble make Ariel as a brand, or Bidco that makes Power Boy, for example. You find that these are competitors. So they tend to want to place their product where their competitors are so that they can also get a chance to reach those customers. So that's very important. Look at Safaricom and Airtel, for example, or even Telcom. They are reaching out to the same group of customers. So whatever Safaricom does to gain customers, even Airtel wants to do it to gain customers. So in other words, they are trying to reach out to customers where their rivals are. Sixth factor is middleman characteristics. We talk about middleman characteristics. We look at the middleman. In this case, I asked somebody about which middleman. Middlemen here are wholesalers, they are agents, they may be brokers, they may be retailers. Now, a good example of retail shops are supermarkets. There are groceries out there, there are hardwares out there, there are middlemen. Now, what characteristics do you look for in middlemen? One is what financial requirements or what financial capacity do they have? Are they able to transport those products? Do they have enough space to store them? Do they have strength to even market those products? So you check that as a fact. Then another key factor that we need to look into is the business environment. Business environment factors, like these factors, we have looked at them from various, like those who are taking business management, they did a unit called Fundamentals of Management and Environment. So those factors are relevant. Those of us who are taking DFB, we also did this in Principles of Management. So these are conditions that sometimes influence the choice of channel, like, for example, economic condition. That is in terms of resource availability, infrastructure, interest rates, inflation, and what have you, will determine how you choose your channel of distribution, where you distribute your product. Economic condition relates to income levels that people have. Political factors is the atmosphere in a country in terms of politics. Is it stable? Is it full of turmoil or challenges or conflict and such like? What are the political climate? Social, cultural factors. What are the culture that influence your customers? You need to take into consideration. You talk about ecological environment, natural environment. Like right now, we have this COVID issue. It's a natural environmental factor, and it affects business. Like right now, political intervention has come in to deal with the issue of disease. A disease is a natural factor. No one wants disease to come, but it just comes natural. So it's an issue that is affecting business across the world. Even distributors have a challenge right now because of a natural factor called disease that has come out in the whole world. And then you have political intervention, for example. Government says that no movement in and out of Nairobi, no movement in and out of Eastleigh, in and out of Old Town in Mombasa, in various places. You hear what I'm talking about? So all this matters a lot. It will determine your distribution. Now, I believe we are together. Now, determining the intensity of distribution. One thing that we need to take into consideration as far as distribution is concerned is how intensive it is. Three possibilities are here. We have intensive distribution, selective, and exclusive. Intensive is approach where every middleman who wants to distribute the product finds it, like those consumer products, convenient goods, as we had seen earlier, are normally distributed all over the place. No one is denied the opportunity to distribute sweets, for example, milk, for example, bread, for example. So you find it everywhere. Selective distribution, on the other hand, is where outlets that wish to carry the product may not be allowed to do so as they wish. In other words, the product manufacturer select only the channels where they want this product to be distributed to. So in other words, you find that it can only take it to a specific market and not in any other market. While exclusive distribution is agreement between one particular middleman who is given the right by the manufacturer to distribute that product. For example, Toyota, brand new Toyota products are distributed in Kenya by a company called Toyota Kenya. New Mercedes-Benzes, for example, are distributed in Kenyan market by a company known as DT Dobby. So you find that they have been given exclusive right to distribute that particular product. Are we together? Good. Types of middlemen. Let's look at types of middlemen. Now, we had mentioned earlier about some of those middlemen there, but the ones we're going to look at are retailers, for example, wholesalers. Of course, there are other middlemen, other middlemen. We have other middlemen that we can look at as brokers, for example. These are other middlemen. Factors, these are other types of middlemen apart from the ones we have mentioned, the usual one, the wholesalers and the retailers. But we'll get to discuss them a little later. Auctioneers. Now, coming back to the middlemen. Now, again, this is the area that we are quite familiar with because we have interacted with the same areas almost in the entirety of our education journey. Retailers and wholesalers. Retailers, of course, we know they buy goods in large quantities and sell them in small quantities to the final consumers, that is the final users. So you need to remember that these guys buy products in large quantities but sell them into in large quantities but sell them in small quantities. So there are various types of retailers. Now I want you to one of the retail outlets that we know of are supermarkets. We have malls. We have malls are also known as hypermarkets. We have groceries and such like. Now, I believe in your estate or in your area or in your locality, there are such shops that you see around, but mostly they are retail shops. Now, the key thing you need to remember about retails is that they have a function that they perform. Function they perform to manufacturers and functions they perform to consumers. So I want to ask a few of us, because we all interact with this thing. Jane.
Yes.
Jane.
Yes.
Tell me one function of a supermarket. Tell me one function of a supermarket.
Their products, their product has the price tags.
Products have price tags, eh? Yes. Is that a function,
They
or
offer,
that is a characteristic?
they offer after-sales services. Yeah.
Yes.
I know those ones.
You know those ones, huh? Okay. Good. Can you give me an example of a supermarket that you know about operating in Nairobi or in your locality?
Nakumatt supermarket.
Huh? Nakumatt.
Yeah.
Yeah? Nakumatt is dead. Nakumatt
Yes?
is dead. Nakumatt is no longer there.
Okay, Tuskys.
Tuskys, yes. Any other?
That's the only one I know. I do go to Tuskys only.
That's where you do your shopping, eh? So it's the only one you know. Yes, Valentine. Tell us, which supermarket do you know?
Naivas.
Naivas, yes, Naivas, good. Now, Valentine, you are not there when we were asking the question. Can you give me one function of a supermarket? You can be to a customer or to a manufacturer or to a wholesaler.
Yes. They sell goods to customers.
They sell goods, huh? Good. So let's look at some of the functions, eh?
Yeah.
So the functions are down here. Functions of retailers, to manufacturers, to consumers, or to wholesalers. Now, to manufacturers, they provide outlet to sell goods, eh? Opportunity to sell the goods. They help in conducting market research. Market research is finding out about what consumers want, what consumers' tastes are, and then ensuring that this information reach manufacturers or the wholesalers. Then 3, they give publicity to the goods. What we mean by providing publicity is that they can advertise. They can advertise on behalf of manufacturers. Like when you see a supermarket, for example, they have placed an advert on a newspaper about back to school goods. They sell at a lower price. That is promotion. When they advertise on TV, for example, or place an outdoor advert like a billboard, then that is publicity to the product, and that they do on behalf of manufacturers or wholesalers. Now, to the consumers, they hold a large stock of goods. They make your work easier by collecting large variety of goods in one place so that it makes your shopping experience easier. And then, again, they also anticipate consumers' demand. Those of us who were with me when we started, we defined marketing as a management process that identifies and anticipates, identifies and anticipates and satisfies. So you see what happens is that most retailers, they tend to determine what customers want and provide it. That's why in retail shops, you'll find items there. It's not that they are very sure that somebody will come and buy them, but they know that someone might need that particular product. 3 is they provide a large variety of choice. That's why you get to a shop, you find different versions of a product. You find different brands made of a similar product, like we had mentioned earlier. You want a detergent, you want a soap, you want tissue, you want a veil, for example. You'll find different types, a collection from different manufacturers. You want to buy clothes, you find a collection from different manufacturers. And then they offer personal attention to customers. Personal attention is, for example, one-on-one interaction between customer and one-on-one interaction between customer and the salesman. And then again, very important is that they provide credit facility. There are those companies that offer their shoppers opportunity to buy under higher purchase terms, or they are given credit in one way or another. That way encourages customers to purchase from them. And lastly, they provide supply information to the public about products that are in the market, or new products that have come into the market, about changing prices. Because where do you know that the price of a product has changed? When you go to the retail shop, they tell you, oh, I bought this thing at 20 bob yesterday. Why is it now 25 shillings? You get to know it from the retailer. Types of retailers, we have small scale and large scale retailers. Small scale, of course, you know them. Now, I want someone to tell me about the various types of small scale retailers, and I'm going to choose that someone right away. Yes, Helen, are you there? Helen is not in, eh? She's in, but she's not visible, eh? Valentine.
Yes.
Valentine, can you tell me a small type of small scale retailer? Small scale retailers?
Yes.
Give me one example.
Yes.
Yes, give me one example.
Kiosk.
Huh? One example. Canteen, yes. Yes,
Yes.
another one.
Mobile phone shop.
No, mobile shop is not a mobile phone shop. Mobile shop are like shops that are moved from one place to another. Eh? Like somebody selling at one particular place, and the next day he goes to a different place. It's not necessarily a shop where they sell mobile phones, okay? So mobile shops are not for selling mobile phones, but they are shops that move from one place to another, okay? Good, yes, those are good examples. Eh? Jane, give me another example. Yes, of small-scale retail shops.
Kiosk.
Kiosk, good. Another?
Kiosk.
Yes, kiosk, yes, good.
Mini shop.
Yes, they are there. You can see them. Eh? We have kiosks, we have unit shops, we have groceries, we have canteens, we have stores, especially the market stores. We have open-air market traders. Eh? We have automatic vending machines. All these are street vendors, street traders. Eh? They are all part of small-scale retail shop. Now, what I want you to tell me, giving you as some work, is that give me the characteristics of small-scale retailers. Outline the characteristics of small-scale retailers. So on the public page, I want to see people answering one characteristic after another. Outline the characteristics. I am putting that in the public page. Outline the characteristics of small-scale retailers. So there is it. So you just put your one characteristic. I'll be able to see them. I'll see from everyone. So like if Valentine, you put yours, I just mark it here. Okay. So just put one characteristic of small-scale retailer there, and I'll be able to see it. Just type it there, and then I'll be able to see it. So don't copy paste what your colleague has typed, because I'll see it. Yes.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not using a laptop today, so I'm using a phone.
So state it. Can you state one characteristic? Good. You are still thinking, but you have that opportunity. When you get it, you can state it. Those of you who are using laptops or computers, or some of your phones are well enabled, you can type. So put it there. I'll be able to see. Like I can see Valentine is typing. So go ahead and type it. Then let's look at large-scale retailers as you work on that. Large-scale retail shops, for example, we can say they can carry lots of stock, and their volume of sales is normally bigger, and they operate in well-established fixed premises. Now, what I've just mentioned are actually characteristics of large-scale retail shops, for example, retailers. That is, they operate on a large scale, they carry large amount of stock, and their volume of sales is huge, and they operate in fixed premises. And good examples are supermarkets, chain stores, departmental stores, and hypermarkets. Did you get those examples? Supermarkets, chain stores, department stores, and hypermarkets. Hypermarkets, essentially, they are known here in Kenya as the malls. If you have heard about the mall, like right now, there are lots of malls are being built across the town, especially around Nairobi. There are so many malls that have been constructed. An example is Two Rivers Mall, there is Garden City Mall, is TRM Mall, and many other have been constructed. But the key thing that you need to remember is what these retail shops are doing. Like chain stores or multiple stores are normally owned and managed by one organization or one person, but they stock the same class of merchandise. They tend to stock similar goods. That is what we mean by the chain stores. For example, a good example of a chain store is Butter Shop. Butter Shop, where they only stock shoes, especially manufactured by the butter shoe companies. So they tend to stock the same kind of materials. So those are chain stores. Now, what you need to remember about this chain store is what are the advantages of operating a chain store. So you need to check out what are the advantages of operating a chain store. What are some of the disadvantages of a chain store? Then department stores are also a type of retail shops. Now, these kind of shops are there are a number of shops operating under one roof and generally owned by one person. But these different shops sell different merchandise, sells different goods. For example, you'll find one shop selling clothes items only. Another one will be dealing with restaurant services. Another one will be offering chemist, for example. Another will be selling only shoes, for example. So you find that they are owned by one person in one building, for example, but each shop sell different types of items. Now, these types of retail shops are not quite common in Kenya, but you find them in other countries. But the key thing about them is get to understand what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages of such type of shop. Now, supermarkets, on the other hand, are common to us. We see them all around us. They are large, so they stock mostly household items. And one key unique characteristic about supermarket is that they are self-service. They have price tags. Their items have fixed prices, and they normally have large variety of merchandise. So those are key characteristics that you need to remember. Remember those key characteristics. They have large, they stock many household items, they are self-service, they carry price tags, the prices are fixed, and large quantity of goods. Good. Wholesalers. Let me see whether people are answering the question that I placed. Characteristics.
Should I state mine?
Yes, state it.
Okay, they require few legal formalities to start.
Very good. Few legal formalities, eh? Yes. Few legal formalities, yeah. Another one who can want to state another. Yes. They have small capital, eh? They don't need so much capital to start the business, eh? Another characteristic someone can add. Good. As you are still thinking, let's go to wholesale. Wholesale trade. Wholesalers, for example. Wholesalers, if you can see the page, they purchase goods in large quantities and sell them to retailers in small quantities. Another thing about wholesalers is that they are go between the manufacturer and the retailer. So functions to manufacture. One, they hold risk, they bear risk. Two, they relieve manufacturer from trouble of finding storage. So they bear risk of holding large stocks. They provide warehousing services to manufacturers. And then also they promote or they conduct promotion on behalf of manufacturers. And when they have their own transport, they relieve the manufacturer of the need to transport goods. When they have their own transport, they relieve manufacturers of the need to transport the goods. Then many cases, you find that wholesalers perform a task of packaging, branding or grading of the product. Most manufacturers do their products in large quantities, but it is the role of the wholesalers to brand the product, to repackage them into smaller quantities, and even to grade them. So these are important functions. Then manufacturers also provide immediate cash to manufacturers to facilitate production. What we mean that the manufacturer can easily sell their product so that they can continue with the task of producing. Now, wholesalers to retailers normally provide a large supply of goods, that is ready supply of goods. They also render advice to retailers as far as disposal of product is concerned. What we mean by this, sometimes goods may expire or may be close to expiry, and retailers may not know what to do with them because these goods are not moving. So what happens is the wholesalers who would pick these products and return them to the manufacturers and instead replace the wholesalers' products with new one or fresh ones. They also bring to the knowledge of retailers all new goods and new types of items in the market. And then lastly, they offer credit facilities. Like in most cases, you find that the supermarkets, the goods that they sell are not yet paid for. It is the customer who pays for them. Then they receive those goods on credit, and once they have sold them, that's when now they pay the wholesalers or they pay the manufacturer. Types of wholesalers. We have the following as types of wholesalers. We have general wholesalers. These sell a variety of items. They are not specific on what they sell. Everything that is there to sell is normally done. Most wholesales are actually general wholesales. Then we have special wholesales. This focuses on a specific line of products, like if it is books, if it is clothes, if it is shoes, then it is specific type. Then we have regional wholesale. These ones operate in particular areas within a country, like in a district or in a province or in a county. The operation is restricted to a specific area. While nationwide wholesales, these ones operate across the country. They have no restriction of where to operate. While truck wholesalers, these ones normally use large trucks like buses or lorries in order to deliver products to various places. In most cases, you find that they combine activities like delivery, selling, and even collection of items. So they would collect, they would deliver, they would sell, all at the same time. Rack jobbers, this is a term that is not quite commonly found there, but this is a type of wholesale that specializes in supply of a certain line of product. In most cases, you find that rack jobbers are specific to what kind of business they undertake. In many cases, you'd see small trucks, small branded trucks selling a particular product like medicine or lotions or even sweets. And they move to various shops, retail shops, trying to sell the merchandise they have in a large but not very large quantity. So in many cases, rack jobbers are quite common in our residential areas, for example. Are we together?
Yes.
The last one second last one is our brokers. No, cash and carry wholesalers. Cash and carry are also quite common. Mostly you find them that whoever wants to buy the item will pay cash for them and then carry their item. In fact, the cash and carry wholesalers, they don't move your product. It is you to find a way of taking your the items that you have purchased and then moving with them where you want to your shop. Now, these are the main type of wholesalers that we need to look at. Yes, let's. Are we together?
Yes.
Good. Good. So let's look at other types of middlemen. The other types of middlemen that we need to look at are brokers. You remember we had mentioned earlier on. Brokers normally represent the buyer and the seller in negotiating a purchase of an item. So the brokers tend to be a go-between the buyer and the seller. So he acts on behalf of the buyer and also on behalf of the seller. So he negotiates with both, especially when it comes to purchase of an item. We find most brokerage in insurance industry, for example, or in sale of stocks, that is securities in the stock exchange. Middlemen, on the other hand, sell goods in his possession under his control on behalf of the principal. Factors are actually working for a particular principal. Principal is that the owner of the items, but he gives goods or he allocates products to the factors, who then sell those goods on behalf of the owner, the manufacturer of that. But what he gets is commission. He gets commission. He sells the item, but then he gets commission on the product that he sells. So depending on the amount that he brings in, that's what they will be paid. Then we have commission agents. Commission agents, on the other hand, are employed to buy and sell goods for a principal. A principal is the owner of the goods that are supposed to be sold. And normally their work is to sell at the best possible price that they can reach. Now, commission agents normally earn commission on the sales price that they have made. Then we have forwarding agents. Forwarding agents, on the other hand, act for exporters or importers. In other words, their work is to deliver goods on behalf of those two groups. That is, exporters or deliverers. Mostly, they deal with export business, export-import business. While auctioneers normally sell goods on auction, especially goods that have to be sold on public auction. So you find that that's the role that they play. very important area that also we needed to discuss is this one. I want you to take this area very seriously because it's a key area. Functions of middlemen. Functions of middlemen. So we have the categories of functions that are given here, and they are important functions to consider. So I want you to look at them one by one so that you can be able to, because I'm going to pose some questions for you. So the first function here is sorting function. Sorting function involves breaking bulk or building bulk. In other words, middlemen can receive products in large quantities and then break them down into smaller parts and repackage them. Building bulk, so you get products that are packaged in small quantities, like let's say, for example, lotions and what have you. They can repackage them into larger packages, so that makes it easier to move. So in many cases, you find that these are some of the roles that these people play. Sorting also may involve ensuring that the grades are established, that you grade products, you blend products, so that you can get different types of qualities. So you need to remember that. The second key function is physical distribution function. Physical distribution function involves transportation of goods, and storage of goods. So what is important is the goods are transported and the goods are stored. So this makes it a very important function. Most of the middlemen actually do that work by ensuring products are given to customer wherever they need them. Another key function is demand stimulation function. How do manufacturers stimulate demand? They do that through personal selling. Personal selling involves use of salespeople. To sell a particular product. Advertising is creation of awareness through TV. That's non-personal messages we had discussed last time we met. Sales promotion is offering incentives. Sales promotion is about offering incentives as far as selling is concerned. And then merchandising. Merchandising is where businesses would go to one place, they do a roadshow to try to promote or to popularize a particular brand. Then also formulation of a favorable pricing policy. So pricing of a product also matters a lot. So all those are intended to ensure the demand for the product is maintained. Function of market information. Now, the function of market information on the other hand is middlemen provide market information by the fact that they have close interaction between them and customers. They tend to get that information and feed it back to manufacturers or producers so that they can get information. Then they also conduct market matching function, whereby the middleman matches the customer's needs with the specific products that are available. For example, ensuring products are graded to different quality levels. They are repackaged to the sizes that are needed by a specific group of customers. So these are issues that normally are functions that are normally done by middlemen. Risk-taking functions also is important in the sense that the middleman bears the risk of carrying the channel activities. Channel activities are distribution, storage, risk of loss, risk of damage, risk of spoilage of goods, risk of theft. All those risks are borne by the middleman. So you need to remember those are important issues. Then also we have financing function, where they cover the cost that relates to distribution. And this cost is quite important, like cost of distribution, cost of publicity to the goods, cost of storage, cost of bearing or any other risk that pertains to the fact that they have the goods in their possession. So you need to remember those key areas. Good. Are we together? Let me hear you guys, whether you are still with me. Only Valentine still here, eh? Valentine, are you there?
Yes.
Yes. Good. So have you taken note of that part? Functions of middlemen.
Yes.
Yeah, we've mentioned demand stimulation function. What have we said? Demand stimulation function. I'm asking. We have mentioned demand stimulation function. What have we said about demand stimulation? How does a business stimulate demand? How does a middleman stimulate demand for a particular product?
Personal selling.
Yes, personal selling. You can send salespeople to
Advertising.
yes, advertising.
Self promotion.
Yeah, sales promotion. Good. Sorry. Just a moment. One moment, please. Hello, Valentine. Are you there? Yeah, so those are some of demand stimulation functions. Now, the last thing we want to look at is the importance of channel motivation. Importance of channel motivation. One, why should channel members be motivated? What we mean by this channel motivation is activities that a business may undertake to promote or to encourage channel members to increase the uptake of goods or distribution of the goods of the manufacturer. One benefit of channel motivation is that it increases the sales of the product of the producer. And two, it maintains the market feedback between customers and producers. So in other words, that when members of distribution channels are motivated, they always want to give information to the manufacturers about the condition of the market. Three is that they can increase market coverage, that they can ensure that the product is distributed further into the market. Then four is that, okay, it's almost the same as the third, is it increases product distribution. 5, it maintains middleman's loyalty. What we mean by middleman's loyalty is that when a middleman or a retailer, for example, is well motivated to carry a product, is when they are able to get benefit from that relationship, for example. If, for example, you give good margins, let's say one manufacturer of a product, let's say like Unilever makes Blue Band, and they give Blue Band to retailers like supermarkets to sell. So a supermarket like Tuskys would be selling Blue Band from Unilever. So you find that 250 grams normally costs around about 95 shillings. But how much do Tuskys get it from Unilever? So the margin of profit they can make here is what will ensure that Tuskys remain loyal to distribute Blue Band on behalf of Unilever. So that is very important. Another thing is that the company can increase productivity because they know that they have committed middlemen who are geared towards selling that product. Now, you may be asking, how do we motivate members of distribution channel? How do we motivate them? One way of motivating members of distribution channel is by providing higher margins. So like how much margin? Let's say, for example, a margin for Blue Band was 10 shillings. That is not bad. But if it can be 15 shillings, then it represents opportunity for that company to make more money. So higher margins are good source of incentive or good source of motivation. Then we have incentives. Incentives can be in terms of discounts, can be in terms of special deals, can be in terms of allowances for advertising, for example. Companies would be given an advertising allowance. For example, Tuskys want to advertise the product they sell. You know, they are not the manufacturers, but they advertise. So a manufacturer would give an allowance. Let's say, for example, Tuskys sell detergents like Omo from Unilever, Ariel from Procter and Gamble, Powerboy from Bidco, and they sell Toss from maybe Kappa Oil and many other manufacturers. So if they are to advertise for this product, then these companies that manufacture this product need to motivate them by giving them maybe an advertising allowance so that they can make it easier for them to advertise. The second way to boost morale or to boost motivate channel members is to visit them, allow the representatives from manufacturers to visit the outlets where the retailers they sell their products. In this case, establishing long-term relationship with or partnership with these companies. That is, you sign a long contract. For example, a contract of business for 5 years, 1 year, 2 years. Those long-term contracts are quite beneficial because you are assured of a particular business from a particular company. Another important motivating factor is that setting attainable targets for distributors. There are some middlemen that normally work with targets set by manufacturer, that you are told that if we'll only allow you to sell our product if you can make a sale of, let's say, 10 million per month. So if you can generate a sale of 10 million per month, then we can allow you to distribute our product. If you cannot ensure a sale of 10 million, then we can't waste our time giving you our product. So that such kind of targets can sometimes be attractive or be prohibitive to any middleman. So if so as a way of motivating them, then you give them attainable targets. Like let's say if your target is 10 million and you say that each and every year you want you to increase your target by 10%, then that one could be achievable. But maybe if you insist that you want you to double your target each and every time, sometimes it may be not easy, especially in challenging times like this. And then uh, the last motivating uh, method could be allowing them to get involved in product research. Like, for example, when a company is manufacturing or is determining or researching about a product, then they can also incorporate the input of the middlemen. In this case, you find that they will like to take part in it. So this has been our discussion so far. Distribution channel is not very wide, but of course it is a good one. And so in summary, we can say that we have looked at various key areas. We have looked at the channels of distribution, so that there are different types of channels of distribution, direct and indirect. We looked at factors that determine the choice of channel of distribution. We have looked at intensity of distribution. We have looked at various types of middlemen, wholesalers, retailers. We have looked at various types of retailers. We have looked at brokers, factors, commission agents, forwarding agents, auctioneers, and the functions of middlemen and the importance of channel motivation and ways to motivate channel members. Now, I want you to take this question and give reasons why consumer goods may be distributed using the longest channel. Give reasons why consumer goods may be distributed using the longest channels. So you will find that question and you can be able to tackle it. Why do we distribute consumer goods using the longest channel? Hello. Yeah. Hello. You have any question? Do you have any question?
No.
You okay? Huh? You are okay. Now I'm going to give you questions to answer. You'll find them as quiz. You're going to find them as quiz. Are we together? You're going to find them as quiz on your page. And I'm also going to give you some past paper question to check related to this topic so that you can look at them. Are we together? You can type, Hello?
Yes.
Oh, good. So just short answers and be able to see. So you go to topic 7. In a short while, just in a moment.
Wellington.
Yes.
Teacher.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
What's happening? No one is talking.
Huh? Yes. You.
Yes?
Think they. Hello.
Hello?
I think there was some disruptions, but this will be reconnecting immediately. Yeah?
Okay.
Uh-huh. Let me. I'm just fixing a paper for you here. I want you to take a look at this. Are you still there? I can hear you. I can hear you. Good. So I hope you are okay with the notes. Now I want to share a different page, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll try to prepare the question, but let me share a different page first. You see that paper? Hello?
Hello.
Are you able to see that? Is it visible? Is that paper visible? Huh? Hello?
Yes.
Is it visible? Hmm? Are you seeing that paper?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah, good. Now, most of these questions are derived from neck papers, eh? And I just want to select that one which is related to what we have been discussing. Eh? It seems that we don't have a question here related like that. Eh? But you see question number 2. Are you seeing that question I've highlighted? Huh? Are you seeing that question?
Yes.
Yeah. Explain 6 benefits manufacturers accrue from wholesalers. Accrue is to get. Eh? What are the benefits manufacturers accrue from wholesalers? Huh? Are you seeing the question? Are you able to understand what it means? Can you give an answer? Can you state a few benefits? Jane? Jen? Yes. 6 benefits. In this case, we talk about wholesalers doing market research, taking goods. We actually have discussed it, and you have the details with us. Remember those benefits, those functions of wholesaler to retail to manufacturer. Remember? I'm talking. Are we together?
Yes.
Are we together?
Yes.
Good. So there are those functions we had mentioned earlier. Functions of retailers to, of wholesaler to manufacturer. Now these are what we talk about as benefits. So the benefits they get is that they give manufacturers opportunity to continue producing by giving them money when they buy their items. They conduct market research. They find out about customers. When they transport goods, they do it on behalf of manufacturers, so they relieve that pressure from manufacturers. So those are the key things that you need to remember to put down. You remember? Is there another question related to that? Yes, question number 4B. You see question number 4B. This one. Explain 4 reasons why company may use middlemen to sell its products. Why do you think companies would use middlemen? Let me hear your input. Why do you think companies would use middlemen to sell their products? Again, let me hear from you. Why do you think companies would use middlemen to sell their products? Yes? Are we together?
Yes.
Why would companies
Yes.
use middlemen? Why would companies use middlemen to sell their products? Yeah?
Middleman involves in transportation of
So they can perform channel work like transportation. They can benefit from transportation. What else?
can benefit from large quantities.
From? What else? What do you think? It's less costly to manufacturers. Less costly to manufacturers, that they reduce the operating expenses. It reduces the operating expenses of manufacturers. Like middlemen can reach widest part of customers. Middlemen can widely distribute the product. What do you think? Distribute products. Middlemen can widely distribute the product. What else? What else can middlemen do? What else can they do? Yeah. They can bear the risk. Can bear risk. Can bear risk of channel work. So they can bear risk of channel work. So you need to remember that. Yeah. Are we together?
Yes.
So, so that's one question related to this other one. 6 benefits accruing from is more or less the same as what we had discussed. You remember we had discussed that. We said that the publicize goods, when use of their own transport, they take that from manufacturers and whatever. And they also rebrand, they also package, they also grade products. Then they provide immediate cash to manufacturers. Let's look at this one. These are let's look at are you seeing my page? Are we together? Hello, are you seeing my page? No?
Yes.
You seeing the page?
No.
You see that page?
Yes.
You see, now this is a mostly NEC exam paper. This is some years back. But let me check a question related to distribution. Yes, this one. You see this one? Do you check on that? Do you see that question I'm highlighting? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, this one
Yes.
is actually list 3 benefits that consumer may derive from service of Tide shops. You remember Tide shop, chain shops? Like
Yes.
Butter shop, like Butter shop and what have you. Those shops that sell different, similar kind of merchandise.
Yes.
What are the benefits? Mostly they are affordable customers. These kind of shops are affordable, and then they are easily identifiable. They are easily identifiable because they are branded. They are branded. Then so I said affordable, easily identifiable because of their branded, and then also they have quality assurance. For example, quality assurance that they normally have because they deal directly with manufacturers. And so did you get those three? Hello? Did you get
Yes.
those points? Yes, they are mostly affordable. They sell their goods at a relatively lower price because they get directly from customers, from manufacturers. Then they are branded shops, so easily identifiable. And then the quality of products are assured because of the fact that they are connected to particular manufacturer. Let me check another question related to that. Yes, highlight for this one. This one is like the one I'd already given you some. Highlight for circumstances which a farm would choose to use long channel to distribute its product. What do you think? When do the farm use long channel to distribute its product? When do you think a farm would use long channel to distribute its product? We had mentioned those ones earlier on when we were talking about choice of distribution channel. You remember? Are you here? Are you there?
Yes.
Yes.
So give me an answer. Give me an answer. Are you there?
Yes, we hear.
Why would, under what circumstance, when would a customer decide to use long channel? We say that when products are consumed in small quantities, it's more cost effective using long channels. We also said that when the market is widely dispersed, you use long channels. You don't remember? We said that when the market is widely dispersed, their customers are spread over along this a wider area. And then also when there are so many customers to deal with, you can be able to use long channel. And then when the company does not have financial capability to run distribution. When the company does not have financial capability to run distribution function. Are we together? Are we together? Yeah?
Yes.
Good. So just look at those factors to consider when choosing channel of distribution. You easily get answers from there. So remember that. Let me check another question. So did you pick that question? Make sure you pick those questions, okay?
Yeah.
Let me get another question as well. Are you there? So make sure you pick those questions. This one here, I want us to look at. You see that? Do you see that?
Yes.
See the page? Yeah, this is another paper with quite a number of questions. But before we check on the other questions, I want us to look at this one, number 10. Check on number 10. You see number 10? That lists 3 characteristics of corner shop form of retailer. Did we mention that corner shop was one of the retail shops?
Yeah.
List 3 characteristics. What are the characteristics? Now, these are the general characteristics that I was asking you to give me. We see that most retail shops, especially the small-scale retail shops, are they have small capital. They need little formality to set up. They have normally have small merchandise and such like. They have close interaction between customer and the seller. So you find that those are key aspects that you need to remember. So those characteristics tend to be similar for all small scale. So even if it is canteen, even if it is kiosk, even if it's a roadside seller, or you find that the characteristics are similar. So take note of that, okay?
Yes.
Are we together?
Yes.
Yeah, take note
Yes.
of that so that when it's right now it's a corner shop, maybe next time it will be a canteen, another time it will be a kiosk. So all those characteristics tend to be the same, okay? So let's check another question on that area as well. Mm. You look at this one. Do you see that one? Jama company has decided to sell its product directly to customers. Highlight 4 benefits that the company may derive from making that move. What do you think about this question? Tell me. Are you getting me? What do you think about the question? What is being asked? Jane, are you there?
Yes.
What is being asked there? That is advantages of direct distribution. Benefits of direct. Remember, we started by talking about direct and indirect distribution, isn't it? So what do you think are the benefits? What are the benefits? What are the benefits? Valentine, what are the benefits?
Yeah. They can get a wide variety of goods.
That's a benefit of direct distribution. Now, remember, when answering this question, you look at direct distribution versus indirect distribution. Are we together?
Yes.
So what
Yes.
you do is, when you talk of direct, it means customer and producer are interrelating. Then if you talk of indirect is customer, then there are other people in between, like retailer, consumer, middleman, all those middlemen. So one first benefit is that the company can sell its product at an affordable price. In other words, the middlemen who would have added margin to this product are not there, so you can sell at affordable price to the consumers. And then two consumers will buy more because of the fact that they are interacting directly with the producer. Are we together?
Yes.
Then direct distribution also eliminates that time that the product stays in the shelves. For example, the consumers can get fresh product from the producer. Are we together?
Yes.
So, and then of course, there's the risk of product spoilage or damage is limited because there's fewer handlers of the product compared to indirect distribution. Are we together?
Yes.
Yeah, I hope you are taking those notes, taking note of all that. Good. Let me check the last one before the last place where there is a question related to distribution.
Hello.
Yes.
Team.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Are we together?
Yes.
Yes, there is a. Let's take a look at this one.
Okay.
Do you see that? Now this one is has got suggested answers, but
Yeah.
I think I'll later on I'll be giving you such like 12. But let's look at one with I just did we get a question on what we are looking for? Yeah, like this one. You see this question? See this question? I think I'd already asked a question like this. So take a note of it, so you can be able to get those details. Give you a minute and also get the details of these ones. Get the details of those ones. Those two questions, A and B. The first one is give reason why consumer goods may be distributed using longest channels. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Have you taken that?
Yes.
Good. You can also take these ones so that I think this is gonna be our last. Take or what I'll do, Let me post it. Let me post it to you on the portal as revision paper. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll post it to you as revision paper so that you can be able to look at it. You can post it to you as revision question paper. Now, will be so that is essentially what we have discussed. Unless there is any question that you might have, I'll put quizzes on the portal. They may not be up now, but I'll put them later on. And then a discussion activity also, so you can get into the portal sometimes later, so that you can be able to get on to know what is happening. Huh? Are we together?
Okay. Yes.
So as for now, I think we can close the session. But make sure everything that I upload there. I hope you did what I had. In fact, I'm going to check the other work that I had given the other time, like in topic 6. There is an importance of promotional decisions. Did you do the work?
I have not checked. I'm going to check it after this.
Check and do it. There are works there. You just click onto the work, and then it will give you a page where you can do it. There are those ones that you can do elsewhere and then upload. There are those that you can be able to do, and then you can do them right there and then. You can just write in that open page. Okay.
Okay.
Right. The quiz that I was posting, I've posted it on topic 6.
Yes.
It will give you a place where, have you seen it? It will give you yeah, I've posted it on the wrong place, but it's there. Of course, it asks outline 4 members of a distribution channel. Outline 4 members of. I think I will edit it. Did you see it? Have you seen it?
Yes.
You have seen the question.
Yes.
Now, the question: outline 4 members of a two level. Two-level distribution channel. So I've edited it, so you can see it.
Yes.
Have you seen the edited version? Have you?
Yes.
Good. So what you do, you click on it, and you can put your answers right there. You just write them there, and you'll be able to. I'll be able to see them. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So if possible, you can try it now. It's okay. Now, another thing is that you may not be able to put the questions, but I can put them later. So just be checking on your portal each and every time if there is something new that you need to understand. Okay. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. Now, previously, I think I had uploaded some audio.
Yes.
Let me check whether they are there. Let me check. I think there are some audio that I placed there, maybe in other topics. And even those videos that are there, you can click on them and watch them. It can give you more information. Yes, there is on topic 6. Topic 6. There is an audio version of promotion decision. Remember last time we had trouble getting in touch. Yes. Are we together?
Yes.
You can click on that audio version, and you can listen to it at some times later, so that you can pick what I've said there. That is in addition to what we had discussed the previous time. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Is there any question that you may have?
And I don't have a question right now.
That is Jane.
Yes.
And Valentine, question?
I don't have.
Don't have any question. Yes. Now just do those works, and then we'll be able to meet up again next time, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Good. Good time. Good day.
You too.
You
Good
too.
afternoon. Right.